Chapter 7. A sliver of moon appeared, like a slice of lemon rind suspended in the soft star-strewn darkness. The tide was at full flood, without a wind to drive it. Small, silver-tipped waves lapped shyly on the shore, gradually devouring the coastland up to the tide line. Little sound was heard, save for the muted splash of muffled oars and the hoarse, muttered curses of Captain Troman Clog as he urged the 4 longboats through the dark waters.
"Come on, bend your backs, you bottlenose bandits. You might have broken your mother's hearts, but ye won't break mine. Pull, me bullies, pull!"
Clog's ship was beached around a point south of the headland. The wily Stoat was planning a surprise attack on Marshink. The corsairs rowed steadily as Clog kept watch.
"Ha! There 'tis, me buckos. Battering's fine castle. Mayhaps it won't look so fine when I'm done with it. Oil back, wet paw. Keep those ropes and grappling hooks close by. Poison arrows, eh? I'll give that scheming Stout a nod to remember. But what am I talking about? Dead beast don't have no memories, and that's what I and mighty Battering'll be when I lay sword to him. Dead.
The 4 boats pressed on through the night waters, laden with hardened ruffians, all armed to the teeth with bows, arrows, pikes, spears, daggers, slings, and a variety of swords. Lumpback and Stiffier were on the wall-top, keeping guard. The 2 weasels lounged against the timber post. Lumpback was not in the best of moods. He prodded Stiffier with his spear butt.
"Stop drumming your paws. It's getting on me nerves."
Stiffier had been half asleep. He grabbed his spear, bristling.
"I'm not drumming me paws, slobber chops. Look, they're still." "What are you calling slobber chops, you? Something's drumming. Can't you hear it? Like a soft sort of tapping noise." "No, I can't. And if you prod me once more with that spear, I'll shove it up your snout." "Drumming noises. It's probably your tiny brain drumming round in your thick skull."
They jabbed their spears at each other and snarled a bit before going back to watching the sea.
"I can hear it, drumming away."
Lumpback started muttering again.
"Only soft-like, but I know I can hear it. Stiffy, see that rock out there on the shore? That one yonder? I could swear I saw a pile of sand being chucked up in the air above it. First drumming, now it's piles of sand."
Stiffier blew a long sigh of impatience.
"What's the matter with you, toad brains? Did you eat some bad fish for your dinner?"
Lumpback pointed with his spear.
"Ha! There! I saw it again, like sand being tossed up in the air, right above that rock. See?"
Stiffier stared hard at Lumpback, shaking his head pityingly.
"That's the crabs having a dance. They do it every few nights, you know, kicking the sand up with their little claws and jigging away like Biddy-O." "Don't talk rubbish."
Lumpback curled his lip in a sneer. Stiffier lost his temper then.
"You're the one talking rubbish, you fool. Next thing, I suppose you'll be seeing the shore swarming with corsairs."
He fell forward with a long, barbed arrow protruding from his neck. Lumpback screamed as the dark shapes hurried towards the fortress walls. "Attack! Attack!" Rose had seen the corsairs first. She was about to empty more rubble away when the soft thud of paws on sand reached her ears. Turning towards the sea, the mousemaid could see the 4 boats on the tide line, and a mob of dark shapes scurrying across the shore towards Marshink. She jumped down into the shaft Grum had dug and held her breath. Fortunately, no beast saw her. They dashed past swiftly, intent on reaching the fortress. Anxiously, she crouched at the tunnel entrance, murmuring under her breath,
"Grum, where are you? Oh, hurry, Grum, please."
Brom had fallen asleep. He lay between Martin and Feldo as they slapped their feet wearily against the prison pit wall. Exhaustion was overcoming them both, and they grunted with exertion as they tried to continue.
Can't keep this up anymore, Feldo. How about you?
Martin gasped. The squirrel nodded droopingly. Me too, mate. The young'un could be right. Maybe his mole friend has tunneled in the wrong direction. Suddenly, Martin's frustration boiled over. With a wild effort, he kicked the wall fiercely, shouting between each thud, "We're not going to die down here!" Without warning, both his footpaws shot through the side of the wall, and a muffled cry rang out from the hole.
"More, sirs. Old Ad, 'tis I, Grum."
Battering leaped from his bed as Gerard roused him with a panicked squeak.
"Lord, it's Clog and his corsairs! They're attacking!"
Throwing on a chainmail vest and grabbing his sword, the tyrant pushed his frightened hinch rat to one side.
Of course he is, Addle-brain. I wouldn't expect him to do anything else. Come on! Are the horde positioned on the walls?
Gerard scurried along at Battering's side.
"No, Lord. They were up as soon as the guards shouted a warning." "Good. I'll be at the main gate. Send Scarag to me right away."
Moments later, Scarag came hurrying down from the wall top.
"Sire, they're pressing hard, but we're holding them off." "Where's Clog's ship? On the tide line or in the bay?"
Battering yelled to the fox above the clash of battle sound.
"There's no sign of it, sire. They came in longboats."
Battering pondered a short moment, then rapped out orders.
"He'll have come in from the south. He sailed off that way. The ship is probably beached or anchored round the other side of the headland. Right. Listen hard now, Scarag. Take 10 good archers. Get oil, tinder, and flint. Find Clog's vessel and burn it to ashes with fire arrows. Leave over the back wall while the thick of the fighting's at the front. Go, and don't fail me."
As Scarag hurried to do his master's bidding, the tyrant dashed up the ladder to the wall top and joined the melee. Arrows whistled through the night from both sides. Clog was trying to keep up heavy volleys of shafts and slingstones to make the defenders keep their heads down. Battering seemed to be everywhere at once, hacking at grapnel ropes, hurling boulders, and roaring orders.
"Don't let them grapplers get a hold! Slash the ropes! Push that siege ladder over! Hisk, get to the north corner! Use the big spears and long pikes to stab downward! You there! Take 4 more and get down into the courtyard! Reinforce the gates with anything! Rocks, timber, sand! Anything you can lay your paws on!"
Captain Troman Clog howled aloud at his archers and sling throwers as he awaited the upside-down longboat that was being trundled over the beach towards him.
"Give him blood and broken bones, ye black-livered flotsam! Crouch! Keep those arrows a-flying and make everyone count! Battering! I'll soon be wearing your guts for garters! Bring that longboat to me, arties! We'll knock on the tyrant's door!"
The longboat's keel was plated with a heavy sheath of copper that culminated in a lump at its prow. Upside down, it made a battering ram. 20 or more vermin stood underneath the boat, using it as an umbrella against missiles from the wall top. Trom and Clog joined them, heading the operation, roaring orders gleefully.
"Straight ahead as she goes, buckos! Pound that old door to splinters, mates! Charge!"
Paws grasped the undersides of the craft tightly as they raced madly across the shore. Arrows, spears, and rocks bounced vainly off the plated keel, unable to stop the Corsair's battering ram striking Marshank's gates with tremendous force. Whoomp! Most of the ram crew fell flat under the impact as thick copper plate met door timber with a splintering crash. Paws a-tingle from the reverberation, they hoisted the boat aloft under Clog's triumphant commands.
"Ho-ho, cullies! Back her off, and let's do it again! Grizzle, Deadjaw, Floater! Up frontier with me! 6 wax like that, and we can use yonder gates for toothpicks at our victory feast! Nothing can stop wave beasts such as us, mates! Charge!
Gerard slashed at a climbing rope with his cutlass. Feeling the wall top shudder slightly as the ram struck once more, he looked anxiously towards battering. The tyrant had a stack of light javelins at his side, and he was throwing them with deadly accuracy, snarling with satisfaction each time he was rewarded with the screams of another sea rat impaled by his good aim. Pausing momentarily, he grabbed a passing ferret. "Tailwood, get down below and see that the gates are well shored up with rock and rubble. Clog can batter our doors until his whiskers turn gray. If there's enough backing behind him, he'll never break through." The battle raged on into the night, its infernal din of roaring clangor overriding the hiss and swell of the restless sea. Brome was last to enter the escape tunnel. Grum hauled the young mouse in alongside him.
"Good to see you, master. You be looking fitter in a bumblebee."
Martin and Feldo pounded the mole's furry back joyfully. "Well done, friend. Brome was right. You are a champion digger." Grum wrinkled his nose modestly.
"No more in my job, sirs. You'ns getting along now. I'll be here a while and patch up your nose so nobody's be a-knowing how I'm escaped. 'Twill give the battering varmint something to puzzle over. A empty pit with no marks to break out."
The three friends crawled on all fours through the darkness, Feldo's tail touching the tunnel top and brushing down a light drift of sand. Closing their eyes, they pushed forward in the eerie underground silence, their bodies quivering with the anticipation of freedom. It was the battle noise and a soft breeze tickling his whiskers that told Feldo they had made it. He sneezed and rubbed fine sand from his eyes as Rose helped him out.
"Up you come, tree jumper. Is Grum with you?"
The squirrel rolled to one side as Martin pulled himself from the tunnel. Together they hauled young Brome out as Martin answered.
"He'll be along shortly when he's blocked off the hole." "I've swallowed so much sand, I'll be spitting it out all season." "Here, wash it out with some cold mint tea."
Martin rubbed dust from his eyes and stared at the mousemaid as he accepted the canteen of liquid. He was thunderstruck.
"You must be Martin."
He stared silently into the most gentle hazel eyes that ever reflected starlight, lost for words as a quiet smile spread over the mousemaid's serene features.
"Drink up, Martin. Your friend and my brother are waiting their turn."
He took a quick mouthful, suddenly finding his voice as he did.
"I beg your pardon?"
Her laughter was like a summer breeze among bluebells. Martin took another gulp and cleared his throat.
"Sorry. You must be Rose."
Feldo grinned as he grabbed the canteen from his friend's faltering paws. "Aye, she is. Remember me? I'm Feldo, and this other creature is Brome. Your name's Martin, and the beast whose head you're standing on is our rescuer, Grum." Martin hastily shifted his footpaw, mumbling an apology as the mole levered himself from the tunnel.
"Thank ye, meister. It be good and noisy out here when the varmin are killing each other over yonder."
Suddenly, Martin became aware of the battle noise around Marshank. It shook him out of his daze, and he began thinking clearly.
"Oh, right. Well, I think our best bet is to put as much distance between ourselves and that lot right away."
Feldo bristled slightly. "I can't leave until my father is free. I'm staying." Martin gripped his friend's paw.
"We won't be a bit of help to any beast if we get killed or captured in the midst of a battle. Listen, Feldo, I'm with you. One day, we'll free all the slaves from Battering's clutches. But right now, we're only 5, too few to stand against the tyrant's horde. I say we should go to Noonvale. Brome and Rose's father is a chieftain, and surely he will tell his tribe to help us. Then, when we are strong in numbers, we can return and defeat Battering and all his vermin. Wipe them from the face of the land and free our friends. What do you say?"
Brome shook his head.
My father Urnvo is a creature who goes his own way. He will never leave Noonvale. As for our tribe, well, they generally do what he tells them to.
Rose spoke up.
Aye, brother. Our father is as stubborn as you. That's why the two of you always quarrel. But maybe I can persuade Mother. She'd ask him to help you. I know she would.
Martin held the squirrel's paw tighter.
What do you say, Feldo? Shall we give it a try?
There was a moment's silence. Then Feldo nodded. I'm with you. If we can raise an army at Noonvale, then one day I'll return to dance on Battering's grave. Martin's eyes shone at the thought of it.
And I'll be dancing with you, friend, holding the sword that once belonged to my father.
Rose, Brome, and Grum clasped their paws with Martin and Feldo over the escape hole.
We'll do it, friends! Together!